Imagine losing $100,000 a year, every year, and not even knowing when it will start. Now imagine it's not an investment mistake, it's your health. That's the quiet reality most retirees are walking into. Here's the part nobody likes to talk about. About 7 out of 10 people over age 65 will need some form of long-term care. Not maybe. Not if things go wrong. Statistically, it's likely. And long-term care isn't just nursing homes. It could be in-home care, assisted living, or help with simple daily activities like bathing, dressing, or eating. Now here's where things get dangerous. Most people assume programs like Medicare will take care of it. It doesn't. Not the way people think. Medicare may cover short-term recovery, but long-term care? That's mostly out of pocket. Which means your retirement savings suddenly become your healthcare plan. Let's put numbers to it. The average cost of long-term care can exceed $100,000 per year depending on where you live and the type of care you need. That's not a one-time expense. That's recurring, year after year. So if someone needs care for, say, 3 to 5 years, you're potentially looking at $300,000 to $500,000 or more. Gone. And here's the real twist. It doesn't just cost money, it costs control. Because when there's no plan, decisions get made under pressure. Family members scramble. Assets get sold quickly. Sometimes at the worst possible time. A home you spent decades paying off. Liquidated. Investments meant to grow over time. Pulled out early. And the emotion cost? That's even heavier. Adult children suddenly become caregivers. Spouses become financially vulnerable. And the person who worked their entire life to build security becomes dependent. All because of one missing piece, a plan. Now here's where things get interesting. There are typically 3 ways people handle long-term care. First, they do nothing. They assume it won't happen. Or they'll figure it out later. That's the most common plan. And also the riskiest. Second, they plan to self-insure. Which sounds logical. Just use my savings. But remember that $100,000 per year number? Self-insuring means exposing your entire portfolio to a slow, predictable drain. Not just spending money, but losing future growth, compounding, and flexibility. It's like drilling a hole in your retirement bucket and hoping it won't empty too fast. Then there's the third option. And this is where financially savvy retirees start thinking differently. Instead of spending their own dollars directly, they look for ways to leverage their assets, meaning using money they already have to create a larger pool specifically for long-term care. So instead of $1 paying for $1 of care, that same dollar might be structured to provide 2, 3, even more dollars of coverage. Now the goal shifts. It's no longer about just having money. It's about how efficiently that money works. Some strategies involve repositioning funds from accounts like IRAs, savings, or CDs into solutions designed specifically for long-term care. Others combine protection with additional benefits, like leaving something behind for family if care is never needed. Because here's another uncomfortable truth. Traditional thinking says, either I use the money for care or I lose it. But newer strategies challenge that idea. They aim to create outcomes where, if care is needed, there's a dedicated pool of funds. And if it's not, the money doesn't simply disappear. Now, is every strategy right for every person? Of course not. Age, health, assets, and goals all matter. But ignoring the issue? That's the one strategy that almost guarantees a bad outcome. Because long-term care isn't just a financial event, it's a life event. And the difference between having a plan and not having one is often the difference between control and chaos.